What's up, folks? If you just joined us over from episode 89, we do appreciate it. As you just had Dave Burkett on from the Detroit Free Press. So if you're watching us from that episode, thank you for joining back on with us here on episode 90, getting you ready, the pregame show for the Eagles showdown versus the 0-7 Lions. The Eagles are not looking to go a 3-game losing streak, and at 2-7, they're hoping to get things at least a little bit turned around today at 3-6, but we shall see. Game starts at 1 o'clock. But our game starts right now as Matt Rogers will be joining us. Last week, he'll be with us again today. Good Lord. Let's try this again. He'll be on with us again today as he had very minimal time with us here last week. And if you guys remember his podcast, Honorable Mention, you guys take a look for it at Spotify. A very good podcast with him and his partner, Steve. It's a lot of fun. And by the way, before people say the whole thing, meaning his podcast partner, he is married. I know we got to put that stuff out there because if you say partner anymore, people think otherwise. So check out Honorable Mention with Matt Rogers. Those guys do a very, very good job. So we're getting things kicked off. We are featuring, of course, Goose's Goats out there live at 250 West Ridge Pike in Limerick, Pennsylvania at Goose's Monte Cristo Lounge and Cigar Tobacconist. Also from the Goose's Media Pond, we will have Big D, Flo, Goose, Robert behind the scenes. So we got an action-packed show today. We'll go over the NFL as far as the Eagles around the league, talk a little bit about the NBA that's coming up here as the season for some have had a hot start and for some not as much. So lots to get into today. It's going to be a lot of fun as usual. We normally have it. So with all that being said, I'm Angel. This is episode 90. Welcome to Broad Street South. And you know what? Today is going to be a little bit of a throwback here to The Godfather because normally we have his new normal introduction and then we have the Godfather introduction. We're going to do a little flashback here today. It's going to be a throwback because we're hoping that the Eagles will go back into time and actually produce a win. So here is the throwback intro to my co-host, Mike Fuji. Fuji, I figure we got to bring that one up because you were all fired up in that picture. So we might as well get everybody fired up today because we definitely need a win from our birds.
That picture's reminiscent of 2017. If we could just go back and live out the season again, year after year, hell, that would be amazing. Week 8, the showdown in Motown. Birds going out to take on the Lions and smack them up and down the field in Ford Field. How you doing, Angel? Let's get the show started. Goose and the gang, what's up? Let's get the party started rocking. Pre-game Eagles, Lions, let's go.
Yes, sir. And it is, by the way, the sun is finally starting to come out here in Tampa, Florida, because we were in some gloomy weather for the past couple of days, but it is a balmy 65 degrees. Went up about a degree from the last show we just had on here. So 65, but it's nice. It is nice break for that super heat wave because the heat will be back tomorrow. We'll be back in the 80s this week. No more Florida temperatures for October and into November. So anyone want to take a getaway, by the way, just come down to Florida. It is absolutely beautiful in the fall, even better in the winter. So if Florida.com is listening, you're welcome.
They should beautiful be paying you for the Florida tourism.
That's okay.
Probably, you sure they're not paying you for all that? The balmy 81 degrees or whatever the heck you called it. You look like you're putting Florida as like your advertising. Are you sure? Sure, like the Brady jersey and the Tampa stuff in the back closet.
There is no Florida Tampa stuff here. I told you the only thing that was anything related to when it comes to Tampa is the ring that I showed you there last week because it was the ring ceremony week. But as far as there's no Tom Brady gear, you see up here, right? Eagles, Flyers, Chicago because of the producer, Blackhawks, and above there, Lightning and the rest of the NFL. So yeah, there's no Tampa stuff. Thank you very much.
Well, now you're just putting Florida out there like you're advertising it. Like, come to Florida, come to Florida.
You might as well. It's chilly up north.
You're just selling. Oh, it's not that. You know what? Up here in Philly, it's just the temperatures are just not normal.
Of course they're not. But you know where it could be normal, though? Out there in Virginia, where Matt joins us live from Virginia. Matt, how are you today?
How's it going? Thanks for having me on again, y'all.
How you doing, Matt? Thanks for coming on the pregame.
Yeah. I'm excited. I mean, last week what we watched what we watched this week's got to be better, right?
Compared to last week, yeah.
You might as well watch paint dry after. I mean, I can't take enough. I'm like halfway through the season. I'm already halfway done with this darn season, the way this team looks. It's a disgrace. Sirianni may be one and done, and our good old friend Goose better be the next damn coach of this team. If that Jeff Lurie, wake up, smell the coffee, stop being Jerry Jones, and hire Deuce Staley and give him the job, and get rid of my favorite general manager in the NFL because I'm done with him. Get him out. 11 picks. Get a football guy in there to run the show. A legitimate football guy, not an accountant. A legitimate football guy that knows the game in and out, and stop being the smartest jackass in the room because, Howie, you're not. End the rant. Thank you.
I like what they put together as far as on the deep this off season. Other than the linebackers, I like what I see. I think Avante is good in the slot. I think Slay is a good. I think Slay's gonna have a big game today here in Detroit in his old stadium that he's playing. I think Slay so. Play well.
Yep, I think so. And before I bring in Goose's Goats here, because we do it every single week during the season for the Eagles, and so far it hasn't worked, but since Goose's Pond out there in the studio, 250 Westridge Pike in Larue, Pennsylvania. By the way, visit cigargoose.com. I'm going to bring the Eagles hype here. And right after that, bring in the boys down there from PA because there's got to be a win. So enjoy the video. And right after that, here come Goose's Goats. It is game time, and it can't be any more game time with the fellas down there at Goose's Media.
All right.
What's up, Flo, Big D? How are you guys?
What's going on, fellas? How's everything going, man? Good to see you guys, man. It's a brand new Sunday, any given Sunday, and our Philadelphia Eagles, we're going to get this win today. Hey, it only takes one game to get back on track. I know there's a lot of frustration going on along as as far as the club is concerned, but hey, we get back on track today, Fuji, and see what happens.
Well, they better get back on track with an 0-17. They better get a nice shot in the arm right here in Philly and take it right on that damn gridiron out there at Ford Field today. No excuses, no BS. Just bring your darn game. What are you going to bring to the table today? Give it to me.
I see you got my guy back, man. Good to see you, Matt. How's everything, brother?
Good. I was telling the guys I'm looking forward to last weekend. I mean, the offense was fine. I'm not so frustrated with the offense, especially because Sirianni ran the ball. But that was I've seen us get scored on more, but I've never been so embarrassed by the Eagles defense last week. It just looked way too easy. So I'm hoping this week is a different story.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm going to say 8 weeks coming. The man who's been on the practice squad, it's about time Jordan Howard has been activated. The guy's a bull. Give him the damn ball. Run it down Detroit's throats with Kenny Gainwell and Bosco. Let's get the damn running game going. Open up the middle for Dallas Goedert, the number one tight end, and start just slinging the damn ball, Jalen Hurts. Give the man protection up front and just get Dallas Goedert involved.
I agree with you there, Fuji. I really think that Jordan Howard, I think he's hungry. I think he was waiting. He was sitting there. Of course, it's a tough loss with Sanders going out. But I think between Gainwell and Howard, I think we're going to be able to get it going. And, Detroit, they haven't had a win. So I know they're hungry, but we're hungry too. So we're going to get at it today.
And what you guys have to understand is from last week, Matt, and, maybe it was the Matt Rogers luck or whatever the case may be. But our show has changed tremendously. We're so positive. We are the best damn podcast show on social media right now. I mean, who's doing what we're doing? You understand what I'm saying? We're going live broadcast from Tampa, South Philly, Northeast Philly. And Matt, where are you at right now locally?
at this. I live in Virginia right now. I'm in North Carolina actually, so we're all over.
Nice. I'm just saying, there's some nice weather behind you, brother. We've been having rain the last 3 days right here, and the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection. So it's been very gloomy. Oh, and by the way, happy Halloween to all you fellas.
Thank you.
Happy Halloween.
Where's your costume?
I see him.
Yeah. Fuji brought, by the way, his Howie Roseman mask. If you guys aren't watching it, real thin there, because they're best friends. He was just gloating about it in the last episode. He said how much a fantastic job he was doing, how great that he couldn't do a more perfect job.
Just like you got the Tom Brady jersey you're going to wear today, give out candy tonight to all the trick or treaters.
Angel, I got you. Fuji, I got a question, man. Every time you come here and you're in the studio, what happens with the Philadelphia Eagles football team? What happens?
3 letters, WIN, win.
All right, so why the hell are you not here right now? Why are you not here right now? Fuji, when you come up here to the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection, you get breakfast.
I am in the city of brotherly love. You're out there in the suburbs.
You get cheesesteaks, extra onions, extra cheese. You know how we do it, baby.
Yeah,
right?
That's why I'm fat.
Yeah. You stand over here next week, and me, you, D, along with Robert and Goose, you know what I mean? We get a little mojo going, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and we hype each other up. Why are you not here, brother? What the hell? I called you the other day just to check up on you. You sent me right to voicemail. I'm very disappointed.
I did not send you to voicemail.
So it's almost
sorry, Mr. Call.
It's almost like, calling Jalen Hurts or something like that. I'm going straight to voicemail. I don't understand.
I'm not Jalen Hurts.
Roger, Matt, how do you feel about the quarterback situation and just the offense in general?
I think that move to get Joe Flacco out of town was to light the fire under Jalen. That Joe Flacco being his backup was a form of protection. Now he knows if he's not playing well, they're gonna bring in Garner, and not in one game, but if he stinks it up today, if we take the L to Detroit, there's a chance. There was never a chance that we were going to go to Flacco as the backup, as much as Mr. Marcus Hayes thought that would be a good idea. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't think we should bench him. I think we got to see what we got.
Matt, can I ask you another question, brother? Can we all admit, and I know Angel's going to shake his head yes, and I know Big D, because we've had a conversation, off the record, but we're just not the same Eagles team. We're not. We don't have
a rebuilding year.
Go ahead.
It's a rebuilding year.
What do I mean by that?
What do you mean? Yeah, the same Eagles team.
Like the position players that we used to have on offense and defense.
I like our line. I think we got a top. I think even with the backups included, that's one of the definitely top 10 lines in the league. I mean, especially with Dillard now looking like an NFL football player. I think it's a good offensive line. Skill position, when did we ever have receivers? I mean, McNabb was working with us.
We could really use a TL
but what do you think about the heart and soul? You think about a Malcolm Jenkins that brought that heart and soul to the defense. You think about Trotter and Dawkins. I think we're missing that kind of fire.
Oh, it was Brandon Graham. But Brandon Graham's on the shelf.
Right, Brandon Graham's on the shelf. So where do we find that fire at? And I think that might be part of why we think
you would think Fletcher Cox would step in, or at least Javon Hargrave showing up. I mean, hasn't done much the last 2 games, but nobody's really taking the reins of this team and running with it.
And I think that's where the big issue is. I mean, the 7 of us, we have it. Goose has it. D, Robert, myself, Matt definitely has it. Fuji, questionable. Angel, you definitely have it. You know what I mean? We have that grit. We have that grind. We're ready to fight. We're in it. Compassion, ready to go. We just don't see that same thing on this new Eagles team.
We may not see it. And as you brought up Jalen Hurts here, I got a video clip here about Jalen Hurts and what he feels about the team right now. But before we get into a lot more of that stuff there, because I did promise someone I wouldn't mention it. Once again, from Redline Radio and Steel City Nation, Dave Wallencheck, his niece right now is not feeling too well, and she's under some health care, as you guys can see there in the picture. So if from everyone here at Broad Street South, from Eagles Media, all of the Eagles family, if you guys can send some prayers his way, is Dave Wallencheck, once again from Redline Radio LLC. His niece is under the weather, so we hope that she gets better. So prayers to the family, prayers to Dave, and we hope that his niece gets a lot better. So hopefully things will turn around because we don't need any more lost lives in this world for sure, especially not a young one like that one, a precious one. So I did want to bring up, as we're talking about Jalen Hurts here, because Jalen, it seems like to have the I guess the mindset of what he wants to see change. I don't believe, as we keep discussing it every single week, and I keep seeing it more and more in different media outlets, to bench Jalen Hurts. That's not the answer. Bringing in Gardner Minshew, it's a rebuild era. As we just had Dave Burkett on talking about the same thing with Detroit, rebuilding Detroit. It's the same thing in Philly. But I want you guys to hear what Jalen had to say. And are you convinced? Because, by the way, there's a couple other clips that I want to show here from Darius Slay over to Jason Kelsey on what they feel the turnaround should be this week in Detroit.
Coach, he voiced himself. He voiced his opinion. He felt like we were at, and I think we all believe that. I believe that, and we just want to build. You know what I'm saying? It's time. Why now? Why not now? Why not now? For us as a football team, why not go take that step? We've been urging to take. Why not do it now? So I believe it. I believe we have everything here we need. It's just simple things, just putting it together and going out there and doing it. And we got another opportunity this week, another opportunity there at practice to put that together and go out there and do. But you kind of want to go out there and really what you want to accept, you change, right? So we need to change mentality, all of that. We go out there and ball. Simple. Our actions. So we need to put it together. All three phases.
So again, you hear Jalen Hurts, he's talking about putting the three phases together. So there's a difference between having a confident quarterback and a quarterback is just lacking in confidence. Jalen Hurts wants to see this team turn around, as the rest of us do as well here in Philadelphia. And whether you're in Tampa, by the way, Philly to South, if you guys are going out to Tampa Joe's today, check out the game at Tampa Joe's at 9316 Anderson Road, tampajoes.com. Serious food, fun place. It's a great place to go look around as far as for all the Eagles fans. But again, if you guys are looking at what Jalen just mentioned here, it's a rebuild. Everyone knows they don't want to see a 3-game losing streak from the Eagles right now. No one wants to see it. Jalen doesn't want to see it. But if you're talking about benching a quarterback that you gave the reins to and send the other one packing out to Indy, how in the world are you expecting for everything to turn around if everyone is not in this together?
Well, you need to get the receivers involved. I mean, Devontae Smith, you don't hear his name much. You don't hear nothing about Quez Watkins. Like, mix it up. I mean, everybody's got to step up, and this team just looks like everybody's looking at each other. I mean, offensive line, you got Kelsey and Lane Johnson, Super Bowl winners along with Jordan Mailata. The defense, I don't know if it's Alex Single, the leadership. The leadership needs to step up. I mean, Sirianni has to do a better damn game plan for Jalen Hurts, because he's the one that's going to take the fall after this year. It looks like he might even lost the locker room if they lose today, if he didn't lose it already. You got Fletcher Cox calling out Jonathan Gannon. Like Fletcher Cox says, I get paid to produce sacks, not go out there in the flat and cover people.
If we lose today, this is going to be Fletcher Cox's last game as the Eagle.
I would be trade deadlines 2 days away. You got Singleton's name out there, Andre Dillard, Fletcher Cox. It's time to turn over, the leadership on this team to get whatever you can for these guys. Fletcher Cox, the highest paid Eagle, making between 18 to 20 million. Hey, get what you can for him. Like I said, I don't have no faith in the general manager or what the hell he does with the draft picks. He can mess up 75 out of 100, maybe 90 out of 100, but it's like, just get what you can.
Yeah, I think they're going to give Howie the chance because he's the one who compiled all this ammunition. But if he messes it up in that draft next year, I mean, you can't strike out that many times, honestly.
No,
I mean, you got 5 picks in the first 2 rounds.
I'm glad you have faith in the man, because the man has to trade draft picks to get players like Darius Slay and go out and sign Javon Hargrave. Great picks. You can sign free agents and you can make trades, but you just can't draft.
Yeah.
End the story. End the rant. I'm done. I'm not going to mention that.
Come on, they got Nelson Aguilar in the first round. Come on.
That was a Chip Kelly pick. Come on, Pac-12, Chip Kelly, Oregon. Kelly used to love to go to the damn Pac-12. For what reason? I don't know. But even though Zach Ertz did come from
Stanford.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I'll leave it there.
I got a question there for Flo. Flo, have you called Denver to let them know that it's a high priority alert that Fuji's coming there come Friday?
I did, and they got security
Friday.
waiting. They got security waiting for him. As soon as he gets off the damn plane, you know, he's going to be escorted exactly where he needs to be because he is a caged animal. And you know, the whole time
I wouldn't go that far.
The whole time.
I don't know if I'm a caged animal.
Cage, animal.
That's what I say, caged animal.
Yeah, you need security everywhere you go, brother.
I don't know about that.
That's right.
Two or three.
It depends on Fuji or his alter ego, like Brian Dawkins, with as far as being Weapon X, but with my mentality. But other than that, I'm a pretty much laid back scene, dude.
I disagree.
Okay, thank you. Hey, opinions like a hole. We all got one, right?
Fuji, I'm happy for you, man. Today, man. I think today, really, Matt and Angel and Big D, that today's going to be a difference. I mean, this team that we're playing today is not that damn good. We should roll all over these guys. So I'm hoping to be in better spirits. This is a gimme. I mean, this is a gimme. This is look. When you woke up this morning, you said, "Oh, the Lions. Oh, that's a win. That's a check."
That's the problem, though. That I think that on the other hand, that's the if Sirianni loses this one, the fan base, it's over. They, you know, people are going to be dunking on this team and just over with them.
Listen, there's a lot of things happening. And by the way, Big D's been pretty quiet over there, so I want to get his opinion as well. We've talked about Big D RPO here with the Eagles so far this season, and it's been semi-balanced. So we're expecting bigger things out of this game today versus Detroit. Does that actually happen today? Do we get a good, run, pass, balance, offensive attack here?
You know, it's funny. I was just about to talk about that because you know who our leading rusher is?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is our leading rusher. Should it be that way? I don't think it should be that way. So when you say RPO, is it really RPO or is it just R? Right? So we really got to think about that. We got guys going down with injury, and we don't want Jalen to be next, right? So we really got to think about, where we're going to go with that. But I think, putting in Jordan Howard and getting some of the other running backs going, this is going to really put us in position to really have that RPO balance, and we have a run balance and that pass balance. I think we're going to be good there.
And by the way, since I have you guys up here on the Super Zoom level, Flo, I see some fine products in front of you. What is that part of the 28 family up there that I see?
That is, it's called 28 Black. 28 Black, right? It's not in the United States, but it's going to come into a city near you. We currently have 5 different flavors, and it is delicious. They call it 28 Black, Angel, because instead of 24 hours, this gives you an extra 4.
Oh, okay.
So if you're working out or if you're trying to stay up late, you're studying for exam, or, you're driving from Denver to Northeast Philly, this is something that you definitely want to taste. You want to try out because this is delicious. It's the newest, best thing, and it's only the energy drink for champions. So if you guys get a chance, we'll send you some. Angel, I'll send you some. Matt, I'll send you some. Fuji, I'll send you some. I want you to check it out, try it out, drink it daily. It's the new drink of champions, 28 Black, brother.
28
Black.
Nice.
There you go, 28 Black.
Well,
that's a good one.
Get it to me before next Friday when I go to Denver, so the proper authorities will be expecting me. And the Eagles Nation to roll in and take over that city.
Yeah, you can even mix it with some other beverages. So you can mix it.
How about legals? How about stuff that's legal out there now?
There you go.
In with that too.
There you go. With that being said, Angel, we got Frontier. Frontier Wraps. Frontier is also the smoke of champions. Go out today to your local store, cigar place, and go and cop yourself some Frontier cigars, the best cigars in the business. Frontier.
Yes, sir.
Are
Well,
they
listen,
Are they cigars or are they wraps?
Wraps.
Okay.
Both. Well,
No.
Matt, it really all depends on who you're talking to. You know what I mean?
I'm just being a smart ass.
I'll leave that one alone.
It all depends on who you're talking to and what time of the day it is. You know what I mean? Right now, they're cigars. They're straight cigars. Fuji, what time is it in Northeast right now? What time?
Same it is out the where.
All right, same time. Like
12:01.
It's 12
It's
noon.
afternoon now.
Right. So
it's an hour. It's an hour to game time.
That's right. But Angel, where you're at, it might be just a leaf. You understand what I'm saying? That's Frontier cigars.
It could be. There's a lot of things that are leaf oriented down here. So yeah, it's
sure.
I'll tell you right now,
about cargo coming in.
In Denver, Colorado, it's never a cigar.
It sure isn't.
It could be.
Sure. Hey, but listen, Flo, you talked about going to the gym, right? So you can give that one there to Fuji when he goes to he boxed it out with Howie because he wants Howie in the ring so bad that we can all taste it here at this point.
Why is he so upset, man? That's my brother. I love him. I know we bust each other's balls all the time, Matt. I apologize, Big D. But he, Fuji needs to go and give out that aggression. It's been rough in the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection. Dealing with the Philadelphia Eagles and the 76ers, it's been rough. I have to admit it. It has been rough.
It's been
but
rough
a win today, a big win today will change the whole week of November going in. Again, happy holidays to everybody. Happy Halloween. Make sure you go out today and get your Frontier cigars and drink your 28 Black to get you through the day and also to get you through the weekend.
That's right. If we had this big win today, I'm going to enjoy it with a Frontier cigar and some 28 Black because I really think we're going to get that W. And, Philly, if we get a win, we'll be all right back into it. We'll be right back into it. That's how it is.
For the moment.
Exactly.
Yes. Hey,
well,
that's
short time.
Before we get into some more, let's
get down to business.
All right, before we get into more of that, by the way, speaking of cigars, Drew Newman from J.C. Newman Cigar Companies also had a message because they have also some new flavors coming out. So here's a message here from Drew Newman.
Hi, I'm Drew Newman from J.C. Newman Cigar Company, and we're so excited about some of the new cigars that we're ready to introduce in early 2022. We are bringing back our El Baton cigar brand. We are re-envisioning our luxurious Diamond Crown Black Diamond cigars. Here in our historic El Reloj Cigar Factory in the cigar city of Tampa, Florida, we're working on a number of new blends, including one that's a personal favorite of mine called On Hill Cuesta.
So, once again, J.C. Newman. By the way, if you guys have not been down there, see, here's another Florida tourist part for you. Go down, okay, out in Ybor City, as you guys see, Cuesta Rey Cigars, right? J.C. Newman Cigar Company, and I got to meet both of the brothers there at J.C. Newman Cigars. It is an absolute fantastic place to visit. A lot of history behind there. They just had some ghost stories on there. If you guys want to watch it on YouTube.com under J.C. Newman Cigars. But you got some great flavors. And when you guys go through the actual factory process, it's a lot of fun to take the tour. As a matter of fact, I should have brought out these cigars that were handed to us by Bobby Newman himself. But if this is coming up, the newest product for them. Oh, by the way, Flo, I don't know if you guys are heading out to Las Vegas there, November 5th and 6th. I think they have a big cigar convention. I don't know if Goose is going out there as well to represent there. Goose's Monte Cristo.
Goose is going. I'll be there. I'm taking Big D. I'm going to try to don't tell nobody. I'm going to try to kidnap Robert. You know what I mean? I'm going to put him out of a bag and take him with us.
I'll fit in there.
So we
definitely take Matt.
We definitely be there. Matt, you got to come out, brother. Worst case scenario, Matt, the next time you're in Philly, come up to me up here in Royceford, Limerick, and get the best damn cheesesteak in Philadelphia. Fuji, what do you think?
I got you.
No, it was definitely an amazing cheesesteak.
Excuse me? Say it again.
Definitely amazing. It was an amazing cheesesteak.
Did we take care of you, Fuji?
Yeah, I can say you, Goose, and everybody out there are very cordial. And I do
want to say this for all our listeners, right? from all over the world, all our sports fans. Not only do we have the best damn podcast, but Angel, Matt, Fuji, we all do an amazing job, man. I want everyone to continue to go and like us, share our stories, share out our videos. And if anybody, Darren, tell them we don't care if you're a barbershop, hair salon, hood up Broad Street South right now, man, and go and send in some sponsorships. Why not?
Exactly. If you're out there and you're watching, definitely share it. You know, this podcast is on and popping. We got the best personalities. We have the best conversations, and we just have fun. So share it and let's go.
And from Singapore all the way to Wakanda, right, where all our listeners, you know, I'm really disappointed with Wakanda. I mean, I watched that damn movie at least 100 times along with my son. Shout out to KJ and Kobe Towns. But Wakanda, man, we need some more viewers. We need some more listeners. Wakanda. If you live in Wakanda right now, please share it. Singapore, please share it. And please hit up today, right now, if you got a hair salon, a barber shop, a deli, a restaurant, a bar, anything like that, hit up Broad Street South today so we can go and mention you guys. We can talk about it. I mean, that's the whole reason why we do this podcast, is to go for sponsorships and to support each other. Am I right or am I wrong, Darren?
Hey, that's it. It's all about the support. You support us, we're supporting you. Get it out there. We get your name out there, and that's what we're doing. And you can tell by watching the show how well we do that. So come on in, share, like, get a friend. Let's do it.
Sure, let's definitely do it for sure. As I'm trying to tap away here as we're all going along. But hey, listen, before I get into some of the, like we talked about here, going around the NFL, getting back into the business here, I want to bring up one picture. I think you got to remember when you have a day, whether, like we said, the weather's kind of crazy out there in Philadelphia, down here in Tampa's been kind of little, you know, up and down, but sometimes you can catch one of the better sunsets. And I think someone captured a great sunset here the other night. And that looks just like the Matt Rogers family out there. Check out that captivating sunset there and the silhouette of them in the background. Hey, Matt, that was a good job by you guys. Great sunset there.
Yeah, well, you know, I didn't create it, but yeah, somebody was like, "Oh, that's a cool angle for a photo." And it was my birthday yesterday, so that's why I'm
happy belated birthday.
Happy birthday!
I knew it.
Whoa! Happy birthday!
I knew it. And what I'm trying to say to you, Angel and Fuji, is because see, everybody that's on this podcast, right? Number one, Matt, just to give you a little information, my birthday is November 18th, and you and I have always had a connection. I mean, different than somebody crazy like Fuji. But us Scorpios, we always get along, man. Real recognize real every day, twice on Sundays. And last I checked, is today Sunday?
I think it is.
Today is
Sunday.
Today is
so
Sunday.
The fact that you're a Scorpio, Matt, it makes all the sense in the world why
Thank
you are
you.
part of the best damn podcast in the world. And you know, from right here at being here at Goose's Lounge, all the way to you, brother. I would just want to say happy Scorpio birthday to you, and we wish you nothing but much, much more. And it's going to start today with the Eagles' big win.
And I second that, man. Happy birthday, Matt, from Goose's Lounge here, all the way down to North Carolina, where you're at with the beautiful sun in the back. You know, I'm kind of jealous a little bit because that's really looking really nice out there. So great birthday for you.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, we got to start it off with the Eagles win, man.
That's right.
Listen, we hope so, man. And happy birthday, by the way, too, from Broad Street South, obviously, and for everyone out there who had a birthday yesterday as well. But Matt, especially, happy birthday. We hope you get to celebrate many, many more for years to come here. And I see, apparently, Fuji had so much fun, he wanted to cut your birthday cake, and he cut out and then decided to come back in here.
Got knocked offline.
No, that's what it was?
Yeah. What you think it was?
Tell Comcast I'm messing around, all right? We got a live show going on here.
Oh, be right on the first thing. First thing tomorrow morning.
By the way, I want to bring up here, one is you got a couple injury updates that's happening with the Eagles before we start going around the NFL and some NBA updates. But I want to bring up what the Eagles, the players themselves, have been talking about as far as the energy this week during practice.
I thought we got off to a good start yesterday, from start to finish, all three phases. And, you know, what you saw most is great energy and level of competitiveness that we're going to need come Sunday. And so obviously we have to keep stacking these days. We got another opportunity today to do that, and we just got to keep building. So it's going to take that same focus that we had yesterday, same.
Well, let's try it again. I don't know why in the world it's stalled.
I thought we got off to a good start yesterday, from start to finish, all three phases. And, what you saw most is great energy and
Don't know why it's pausing, but anyways, apparently for some reason it decided to pause. Again, when you go live, that's what happens. I see the Rodney McLeod shirt there in the background. Big flow. I see. And by the way, matter of fact, when you brought out the jersey, good point there, because when you brought out the jersey the last time and Fuji was in the studio, that was an automatic win.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I've been trying to say to you and Matt the whole time. And Fuji gets mad at me. And I like the brother's company. Anytime he comes up to Rofo and he gets on 76 or however the hell he gets here, but when he comes to the studio, we always win. Just like Adrian told, you know what I mean? Sylvester Stallone, just win, baby, win. I haven't seen him since.
That was Al Davis.
Where were you at?
Gooses.
He said,
Gooses.
But Angel Matt, when you talk about that energy, like Rodney McLeod, my brother from another mother, what they need to do inside that locker room and on the sideline is get themselves cases or even, you know what I mean, some 28 black. If they had 28 black inside that locker room and on that sideline, baby, they'd be rocking and rolling right now.
Well, you send a complimentary case down to the NovaCare.
How about you and I take it down there to them?
I think that's what they need. They need it hand delivered. They need that 28 black hand delivered because they're going to need that energy to get these first downs.
That's
to hold that offense. That's what they're going to need.
But what if we go down to the practice facility and Howie's there?
I don't want to hear about a great week of practice.
I think he
was
might
there.
agree with us.
Bring it to the damn game.
28 black.
But what do you think is going to happen when it's me, you, and Fuji, and Howie walks by?
I don't know, man.
You think Fuji's going to say anything to him?
I don't know. What would you say to him, Fuji?
What would you say?
I don't know. I could say a lot right now, but it's two different scenes. I don't know. I have to be professional on here.
Yo, you know what?
Watch what I say.
You know what Howie's going to say? He's going to be like, guys, I watch the podcast. I watch it every single week, and I see, Mike, how you talk about me and my organization.
And he might say, hey, I'm taking some pointers from the guys. I'm taking some pointers from the Broad Street South podcast, and I'm going to make sure we get this draft right. But first and foremost, I'm going to make sure we get this team turned in the right direction for the rest of this season. So that's what he might do if he saw us standing out there handing out that 28 black to get that team energized and ready.
Good. Maybe he'll need it.
CT, that's the reason why I love Fuji. Fuji will drink 28 black. He's going to love 28 black, but he has that passion. You know what I mean?
I don't need the 28 black. I got the passion. I got the green pumping in my damn veins, for God's sake. I don't need the 28 black. You can just fire me up somehow, and I'll just go on a rant. That's all.
You got the wrong colors on today, though, man. You wearing the Lions colors.
Hey, this is Broad Street South's official. Hey, that's what the hell it is.
All right,
it's on my chest somewhere. There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
That's right. Well, let's see if this, since Fuji just said he wants to hear it. Since he wants to hear it, let's see if it actually works now. We'll see. We're going on standby mode here.
What are you playing now?
Got off to a good start yesterday, from start to finish, all three phases. And, what you saw most is great energy and level of competitiveness that we're going to need come Sunday. And so obviously we have to keep stacking these days. We got another opportunity today to do that, and we just got to keep building. So it's going to take that same focus that we had yesterday, same level of intensity, and the way we competed in order to go in Detroit and get a win.
I mean, they get everybody going in there. I think, regardless what he's talking about, he finds a way to get everyone going, and, everyone buys in at all those stories. And, regardless of, how he says it, he just has a way of getting everyone going, and, everyone buys in. And so, I don't have anything else to compare it to at this level, but that's the kind of head ball coach I want, is someone who can rally the troops and really get us going and, steer everyone in the right direction. And, I think he's continued to do that. Obviously the record we have is, unacceptable and not what we want, but he's done an unbelievable job of, keeping everybody close. You don't see anyone veering off, with their heads down or anything like that. So I think he's done a tremendous job of just, keeping us together. And, that's a huge testament to him and his staff. He realized that he's got some bigger shoes he's got to fill as far as being a leader. And he's done a great job. He'll be taking dudes to the side saying, hey, on this route you got to run it like this against this coverage, and really doing the things that Zach did, and he'd been doing it all along. It's just now he's the only one in that room to be able to do it, and I think he's done that. He's doubled down on that and just kept getting better and better. So listen, I think he's only going to continue to become a better player, better teammate. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a C on his chest here soon in the next couple of years.
Well, I mean, all the time that my coaches in high school put in for me, just to the point of traveling, to different states to get me exposure to colleges. And they're high school coaches like this. They don't have to do that. They're not our father, but they took the time out of their day to do it, and that meant a lot to me. So whenever I can give back, I'm willing to do so and help as much as I can.
We all really liked what we saw on tape. Big, strong arm quarterback, and so who had some success. Obviously, had a lot of success in college-wise in this position that he is right now, but then had some success in the preseason games this year. So excited about the room. Excited about them being able to work with Jalen and help Jalen through the grind of the season and helping him out, just like our coaches do as well. So really excited about this quarterback room and what we have in there.
So now the audio, unfortunately, was delayed there, and hopefully the screen will come back up here. It's just, it's things that happen. The audio came in. That's a good thing. The video just was pretty much delayed for the most part. But Fuji, what do you think?
I'm just tired of hearing about fertilizer, flowers, plants, this, that, Mickey Mouse crap, leadership. Yeah, we had a great crowd. Well, instead of talking about it, be about it. I mean, Ronnie McLeod, Super Bowl winner, stepped in, played along Malcolm Jenkins in that secondary. One of the few Eagles left from that Super Bowl team. Anybody to bring it with Fletcher Cox and a couple other guys on this team, bring it today. Get the running game going early. Let's stop talking about – I don't want to hear about great practices. Go shove it. I've had enough. It's 8 games. The season's halfway over. Get a big win today. You lose today. Sirianni's probably on the verge of losing the locker room. He's probably a one-and-done, lame duck coach. I hate to say it. I had all the optimism in the guy, but, if you ain't going to deliver and lose the locker room, forget it. You don't even deserve to be an NFL coach. Then again, it's probably not that guy's fault. It's the owner's fault. So this team needs to come out on all 3 phases and take over and play 60 minutes of solid football. Offense, defense, special teams.
What if we win 34-10 today? How are you feeling?
Mm-hmm.
How am I feeling? Yeah, it'll be good for the moment, but you got the Chargers next week. I mean, let's face it, it is a rebuilding year. And a lot of people are off the bandwagon, and a lot of people are fed up. I'm a season ticket holder. I pay $2,000 a year to pay for the slop, and it's a flat-out disgrace. And I put it out on Twitter last week, and Seth Joyner even commented on it, which it's a joke because you pay hard-earned money. We take 3 hours out of a week, which everybody looks forward to in the Delaware Valley and beyond around the world who are Eagles fans to put all your energy and all your get psyched for the game, and you just watch junk. And if it don't start today and beat the hell out of this team from pillar to post, it's just going to be another long week with Justin Herbert and those LA Chargers coming into the Lincoln 4:30 next week. So you better get the running game going and beat this team down, get Dallas Goedert mixed in, get some damn pass rush because Jared Goff is not a good quarterback. And if this team, if Jared Goff beats this Eagles team, it's putrid. Mm-hmm. You might as well, they're probably worse than the Jets, the Dolphins, whoever.
Well, it gets ugly. You lose this game, people are going to be traded. People are cut and fired, and it gets ugly. Really,
yeah, it will.
There's no excuse that you shouldn't beat this team. I mean, get everybody. Everybody needs to step up. These guys are grown ass professionals. Yeah, we know Andy Reid started out 2-5. You want me to get into that? Dawkins, Trey Thomas,
yeah,
Troy Vincent, Bobby Taylor, Jeremiah Trotter, Hugh Douglas. Andy Reid had the foundation. Deuce Staley. Andy Reid had the foundation already in place to build off of what Ray Rhodes
I also think
built
that,
off.
I also think that calling this a rebuilding year is a little bit of a cop out, man. I think we can't really call it a rebuilding year because we want to see some winning today, right? We want offense, defense, special teams to step up today. We want Jalen Hurts to step up today. We want to see Hargrave and Cox step up on that defensive line. We want to turn this ship around and get some W's under our belt. We don't want to go 2-15 or whatever it may be, right? So we don't really want to keep calling this a rebuilding year, even though it could be. But at the same time, we still want to see some wins.
On the flip side of that, hey, you might be playing for the number 1 overall pick with all these other garbage teams. So maybe there is.
You don't want to do that.
There is something to fall back on.
Why not? Because if this was a rebuilding year, coaches and players don't tank. It's organizations that tank, and we have 3. If we don't go into if they really started the season, we're going to rebuild. We're just going to be ready for the next season. Then what we would have done is get rid of those 3 Hall of Famers on the right side of the line with Kelsey, Brooks, and Johnson. We would have went with some young guys, but they were actually trying to win. So yes, you're right. Like let's cut the crap with we're just trying to get ready for the next phase of this team.
Like I said, you've had 6 different offensive lines being plugged in under Jalen Hurts, and above all, it's on Sirianni. I mean, he's the guy that's either going to take the fall or Jalen Hurts. They're both going to go out of this town hand in hand into the sunset.
You got the people down. Robert wrote in. He's talking about you got him feeling bad. You're going to make him start drinking a little too much too early.
Hey, I'm a diehard to the fullest, but I'm a realist. Let's face it. None of the Homer stuff. It's reality. Just as Bill Parr says, you're only as good as your record shows.
But
this team is at the very bottom of the toilet with the Jets, the Dolphins, and who the hell knows if Detroit could be 1-7 after by 4 o'clock today.
Nah,
I'm just telling it like it is. If nobody likes it, too bad. Criticize me. I'll tell it like it is. I'm a diehard. We all want to win, but at the end of the day, if you lose against a 7 team, which isn't as bad as what they seem to be, I mean, it's a flat-out disgrace. There's no reason. These are grown men. You shouldn't have to be bought by, and you've been in the game long enough. You got rookies that should be learning from the Lane Johnsons, the Jason Kelce's, the Coxes, and so on. They should be preaching it. You're draft. It's a privilege to play in the NFL. You shouldn't have to be psyched up. Yeah, there should be leaders, and the young guys ought to be the veterans ought to be feeding that into their heads, but you don't see it.
We're talking completely different tomorrow on WIP and all these stations if we beat the hell out of the Lions today. We beat like that.
You should beat the Lions. There ain't no excuse. Both of these teams flat out suck. 2-5 and 0-7. It's a flat out disgrace. You know what? I'd rather watch paint dry than have. Nobody's like psyched up for this game.
So let's not panic. Let's not
panicking. It's reality.
Let's not panic.
We're from Philly, flipping Philly. You don't like it. You don't like it. Go scratch.
Let me ask you this.
It's a joke. Don't get me fired up.
Let me ask you this, and this goes out to my Scorpio birthday brother. Now, and this is just a question, and I'll end it with Fuji. Scorpio birthday brother. If Deuce was the head coach right now, what would be our record? And what do you feel would be different about this?
Deuce is a player's coach. Sorry to cut you off, Matt.
You wait your turn,
the job in the first place.
You wait your
3 times he got passed over.
You wait your turn. You wait your turn, sir.
I think
Matt,
honestly, I think we only get one more win. Honestly, we'd be 3-4 instead of 2-5. I don't think we lose that 49ers game. That was an I think that's other than the Cowboys, which is annoying that we lost to them and it was on Monday night. That was the only game that I look back on. We weren't going to beat the Chiefs and we weren't going to beat the Bucs.
Game they could have won. Penalties and 3 touchdowns called back. They should have beat the Niners.
They should have beat the Niners.
They should
That's
have
the
beat
one
Kansas
that I
City.
say they should have won. That's the one that I look back we missed out on that one. But
They held
Big D,
Tampa
what do
to
you think?
6 points in the second half.
BT,
Not
what do you
saying they
think?
would have beat Tampa, but
I think that with Deuce Staley as a coach, somebody just mentioned that Deuce is a player's coach.
He is.
he is.
And as a player's coach, the team plays for a player's coach.
But do you think that Deuce would understand the offense a little bit better of getting
Oh,
everybody?
absolutely,
You know what I mean?
because
Getting
because
everybody-
he's familiar with the guys.
Exactly.
And
He was on the
connects with
coaching
them. So I
staff for
think
10 years. He played here 7 years. He knows the ins and outs.
that's right. He knows the ins and outs.
Jeff Lurie wants a puppet. He wants a yes man to pass the ball, not run it.
that's true.
Listen, Deuce Staley put himself in position. Unfortunately, he didn't get the position that he put himself in to get. But today he's gonna be looking for some sweet revenge, I think. So I think today Deuce Staley is on the Lions, and we got Sirianni, here on the Eagles, and we gotta take it to him.
All right. Well, I'm gonna ask the general, Angel. What do you think?
As far as win today, listen, I'm not going to give up entirely on this team because, unfortunately, if you do believe being together is stronger, that's what the Eagles need to do. I think Jalen Hurts might actually have a semi-breakout game today without having to constantly run the ball. But I think for me, personally, this O-line might end up holding it up today against Detroit. Obviously, Detroit went toe-to-toe last week, so we can't give anything. It's not a gimme win by any means by both teams. But I do believe that at least Jalen Hurts will step a little bit more up today with his core wide receivers. I don't want to, I'm not trying to use excuses for anybody else either at this point in the season that we're having here with the Eagles. But at one point, you do have to have a breakout game. I mean, obviously, Atlanta's proven that versus Houston there in the World Series. So it's going to be the same thing with the Eagles. You can't constantly go with the loss. And James Howe, I know you just came out there. He asked if we get the dub today. And I think the Eagles will actually get the win today. It won't be by much. I think it'll be a low-scoring game by both teams. Matter of fact, it could be a late-game field goal that ends up winning it. But I think Jalen Hurts, he's getting too much. To me, it's too much pressure on a young quarterback, and I know he should be able to deal with it, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, too, to constantly put just anguish and everything else, just like Matt talked about it, when 94, regardless of it's a win or a loss, you're talking about people are going to talk about cutting, getting rid of, I'm tuned out, this and that. We saw with the Phillies. The Phillies won their first game this season, the first couple, and then they take the loss. And everybody's like, oh, this team sucks. Oh, I can't believe this. Here we go again. Come on. We know the way it is in Philadelphia. We're diehard fans, don't get me wrong. Anywhere you live in the world, if you're an Eagles fan, we all know this. If you especially become born and raised from Philly, everybody knows it. But at this point, I say it every single week, and it's got to happen. You got to pump the brakes. If we're going to just start just dumping people just because we want to at this point, then why bother having an organization? The only person pretty much at this point that you probably should get rid of is Fletcher Cox. He's got nothing else left in the tank. So you might as well get rid of him, whatever you can get for Fletcher Cox. And I believe the Raiders are interested in one of the teams that are interested in him. Okay, so you get what, a 6th round, maybe a 5th round, a conditional pick, whatever the case may be. You dump that salary. And Fuji, you talked about it earlier during the week with me. You dump that salary, and it makes a lot more sense for the Eagles as they're rebuilding. But at this point, if you're going to just keep harping upon, and we know the fan base in Philly, because come tomorrow, it's going to be the same nonsense. Oh, my God. What are we going to talk about this week? Sunflower seeds? What are we going to talk about this week? Ocean waves? Who cares what Nick says? If it makes sense to him and the guys are backing him, then do so.
The game plan's flat out garbage. Garbage, Nick Sirianni.
But listen, it's a first year, Fuji, and everybody here is brand stinking new. Everybody.
But you should have hired some veteran coordinators.
But why? It's a rebuild. The only person you got 2 people to get rid of. Honest to God, Harry Roseman, Fletcher Cox. Get rid of both. Then what? Then you bring in your new general manager, and if the new general manager is no better than Howie Roseman, then what? People are going to say, well, then bring Howie back. Because Philly.
Look at the smile on his face. That's a damn shame. Look at the smile on that guy's face when you said get rid of Fletcher Cox and Howie Roseman. Oh, my God, Fuji. I've never seen you smile so much ever since you ate that cheesesteak in front of me. You were so happy when Angel said those words out of his mouth. Why?
I don't need to be 10 different Clydesdales. It's a joke. I mean, you could ask the top guys on all these radio stations. the guy's not. Oh, forget it. I'm ready to just walk off right now because it's the owner. I don't know what tail he's got on, Jeff. Pictures or I don't know. I can't speak what I want to say, but forget it. But anyway, it's like
Matt, I do want to say this going forward, Matt, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, my birthday Scorpio brother. But Angel and Fuji are two changed men. I know that we got something great going on here. I understand that our podcast is freaking awesome, but Angel is so positive now. He's always been positive when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles. Fuji is out of his mind because he's so pissed off and so disgusted with the decisions that are being made behind the scenes. Fuji, if we could do anything from podcast, we got to get you in the Eagles organization, brother. Somehow, some way, you got to start making some decisions.
As far as
who they're drafting, play calling,
who they're trading.
Well, I've been saying to get rid of Fletcher Cox for the last 2 or 3 years.
But what do we get for him, though? What do we really get for Fletcher Cox right now?
What did you get for Zach Ertz? You got a 5th-round pick and a rookie defensive back. I mean, you already got 11 picks, close to $90 million next year coming off the books. So Howie can go out and buy up the whole damn NFL if he wants to and build another so-called
But Matt, what I'm saying to you is from this best damn podcast show ever, man, we cover it. If you want to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles, Angel and Matt and Fuji, we cover it. We talk about it. It's facts. I came up with the question just a couple minutes ago, and I know it starts from the top, right, D? It starts from the top. That's the only reason why I said if there was a change coach, if Deuce was the head coach, what would be different? You got to start at the top and then work your way down. Anytime you pee, it goes downhill. Am I right or am I wrong?
Can I comment on that?
Go down.
It goes down, right? Like you don't pee up, do you? You pee down, right? You pee. Well,
can I comment on it? It all depends if you want a yes man, which Nick Sirianni could very well be. I mean, like I said, the GM is not a legitimate football guy. He's made some great moves. He's brought a Super Bowl. I'll give him that. But we don't want a yes man. I believe Deuce wouldn't be a yes man. I mean, Sirianni, where the hell did he come from? He was, Jeff Lurie got a great recommendation about Sirianni.
Yeah, but okay, so here's my thing, though. Why be so upset with Nick Sirianni when it's a first-year head coach? It could have been worse. We could have got Chip Kelly back. Would you prefer to have Chip Kelly? Because, he's about to lose his job.
10-6 his first 2 years, got the Eagles into the playoffs.
It doesn't matter.
But Rich Kotite.
But it's
Rich Kotite. Does anybody remember Rich Kotite back in he inherited a team that Buddy Ryan built. Luckily, he had Bud Carson as his defensive coordinator, who made him look good. Plus, he had Statue and Reggie White and company kicking ass.
But it's still everybody wants to blame Nick Sirianni. This is a team effort, so it's either you win or lose as a team.
You're only as good as your record is. Too after today.
Okay, hold on. If you want to go into records, how about Chicago? How about the WNBA? You want to talk about records? How about a 16-16 record and they win what? The WNBA championship. So it's not about as good or bad as your record is. It's about who you believe in your organization.
That's basketball. It's football.
It doesn't matter. It's still a record, no matter which way you look at it. Flo's a DJ. If Flo doesn't put out, if Flo doesn't put out a good record, if he doesn't put out a good vinyl, is everybody saying the club? No, everybody's gonna leave. You know why? Gonna be like, this guy's a joke. We're out of here. But Flo doesn't spin bad tunes. Everybody knows it.
Something. Nobody in the NFL wants to coach in this organization because it's probably a joke. Howie was rated the worst GM to even deal with because he's a shyster. And second of all, nobody wants to deal with him and Jeff. I mean, the Chargers head coach, I forgot his name, was a coordinator for the Rams. He canceled the damn interview.
All right. Well, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Who would paint a better picture for this team right now?
As far as who?
Anyone.
It all depends on who wants to be a puppet.
But how about Jordan Spector?
Obviously, they got their guy right now, Nick. I hope I eat my words. I will eat my words first thing. I will,
Well, how
I will
about
not back off anything. I'll come out and say I was wrong.
all right? How about Jordan Spector? You think he can paint a better picture?
Hey, anybody at this point.
Well, see,
Besides that crapologist.
see, this is where Fuji's so fired up at this point here. Everybody, if you guys go to SpectreSportsArt.com, you will see he's got some amazing pictures he's putting up there right now. He just delivered one to Devontae Smith. He is working on this big mural that I can't state at the moment, as him and I talked about it earlier during the week. But if you guys go to SpectreSportsArt.com, and take a look at the fantastic work that he's doing. Local Philly guy doing some amazing things for everyone out there, not just your major league teams. If you have something that you have in mind, reach out to him because he is doing some amazing work. And that's where I was trying to get to. But you're so fired up. You got them horse blinders on that you couldn't see exactly where I was going. Good God almighty. Where's my bell? I'm going to have to bring my, you know what? Where the hell is it? I even lost it. I'm going to have to ring it for you again because apparently you keep getting so damn fired up. You can't see where I was going with this. But it's okay, Pooch. It's all right. I still love you anyways.
Good. Just get me that Fly Eagles fly picture and I'll be happy as a pig in slop. all you guys chip in. My 50th birthday is coming up in March, and I'll be taking that picture again with Jordan Spector with that long-ass picture of the Fly Eagles fly. I'll appreciate it. I'll send all my love to Howie in the book.
We're gonna get that big win for you, Fuji, so you can feel better. We're
$500. Everybody can chip in for the canvas. I got a perfect spot in my cave for it. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Much love to you. Much love to everybody. You just made my day. You just made my day.
And if you've been paying attention there, Flo, as Big D was talking, Flo, right, he took a smooth silhouette out of that cigar, right? It came on nice and smooth. So you know what Flo's doing? He's taking it easy like Sunday morning. It came out that smooth. See, he's not worried about what's going to happen today. So that's where you got to, it's a calm down and all right, it'll be okay. So look at that. Wait, hold on. Let me bring this solo shot here.
When I'm out in Denver with Joey B, I'll be maybe smoking some great cigars and hey, whatever's legal in Denver. So,
by the way, if that's the case, where can you find? Since you want to bring up the best Monte Cristos in the Delaware Valley.
Goose's.
Where else? Goose's.
Monte Cristo Lounge and Tobacconist. 250 Ridge Pike out there in Limerick. Go see Goose. Go see Big Flo, Big D, Robert, and the crew all hook y'all.
That's right. Come on, check us out here at Goose's. Get the best cigar, get the 28 black, and you're good.
Right. Hey, Robert, if you don't mind here, says, I don't want to throw up there in the private chat, but if you can bring up the NBA, hold on, Fuji says, Joey B says, Fuji's going to order 4 Detroit-style pizzas just before kickoff. When he gets out there before the game today.
Chicago deep dish. No, New York pizza's better. Send me some steaks down here. Fire up there.
And we're got about some 10 minutes left here in the show, and I know we want to go around the NBA a little bit. And I know Flo, obviously a big power forward, loves talking some NBA talk here. The one big thing, Flo, that I want to mention to you, some teams like the Knicks, surprising that the way they ended last year, but you can see that turnaround coming from the New York Knicks. How about the start that they've had this season?
Unbelievable. If it's all right with you guys, I want to talk about 3 teams when we talk about the NBA. The first team is the New York Knicks. If you guys don't remember, a couple months ago, I told you about the Knicks management, man, other than the Philadelphia Eagles, did they make some amazing changes to that organization so damn fast? Angel, it's unbelievable. The guys they brought in, and not only about the Knicks, and I'll get back to the Knicks, but also dealing with the Miami Heat. Where I'm going with this is both organizations they just got dogs. They got dogs on both organizations. If you guys, look, Matt, this week, when you're sitting in your room, or you might have a cave like Fuji, and you're sitting there and you're watching basketball, I don't know whether you're a hoops fan or not,
I am.
Check out the Miami Heat and check out the New York Knicks, man. They got dogs. They got dogs, man. They got guys that just want to finish. They play defense. They're like Fuji. They box out. They rebound. and they're having fun. They share the ball. There's no bullshit going on in any of the organizations. They love to finish. But let me tell you guys something. We're talking about the NBA, and I know they haven't been winning, but baby, they're going to be something special to watch, and that is my LA Lakers. Oh my goodness. When these guys figure it out, which they will, they're legends. They're OGs. They're triple OGs, Matt. When they figure it out and they start playing defense, they're going to be something. The Lake Show is back. I'm telling you right now, the Lake Show is back. LeBron James and the boys, you guys are going to see them in the finals again because they're going to be something special to watch. And the reason why they're going to be good is because they got finishers, they got scorers, they got shot blockers, and they got guys that just want to win, just like Fuji, Angel, and my man Matt. NBA basketball is back. I love every single day of the week. If the Miami Heat's playing, if the New York Knicks is playing, Sixers, we'll talk about that later. But I love watching dogs. I love watching guys that just like to go out and get it. They don't care, whatever the case may be. And that's how I feel when I look at Westbrook. When I watch Westbrook, man, he goes out and he gets it. You know how hard it is, Fuji, to get a triple-double? You know how you got to be really rolling. You have to be on your game as a hoops fan in order to go and average a triple-double. But, man, I'm telling you guys right now, the New York Knicks, along with the Miami Heat and the Lakers, when they figure it out, are going to be three of the best teams to watch and enjoy basketball again right here in 2021, 2002. And you can always check it out right here. And I'm telling you, in each three of those locker rooms, Angel, they're drinking that 28 black, and hopefully they're smoking those front team cigars in order to go and get those wins because they got mad energy.
How do you know they're drinking
positive
that
energy?
black?
And every single damn night, Matt and Angel, they're going out and they're going after it. Man, NBA basketball's back. It is so enjoyable to watch the New York Knicks along with the Miami Heat.
I will say, granted, of course, everything that's happened within the last 2 years in the NBA, and obviously with the pandemic and everything else, this season, for some odd reason, I don't know what it is, and you probably hit it on it, Flo. It is very, very enjoyable this year to watch every team, not just, obviously the ones you pointed out there, but every team. It seems like every team has brought something to the table this year, and it's really enjoyable to watch this time around. And I know we didn't get a chance to talk about it last year. There was so many different moving parts and everything else, and we hope, and from what I understand, Flo, I think you guys are going to hopefully soon kick off an NBA show, if I do remember correctly.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Howard Brown. And we got a couple other special pieces coming in, but it'd be myself, Big D. I'm also going to throw in there Angel and Matt. Robert will be here doing all the behind the scenes stuff, but we're going to have an awesome hoops podcast that we want everybody, family and friends. And that thing will be sponsored by 28 Black.
Man, well, listen, big things from Big Hoops from Big Kev.
Keep tuning in.
Yeah, we're forward.
Hey, I'll make sure that I'll bring in my fraternity there, Lambda, and Omega Move, so I can join everybody with you guys as well.
Hey, keep that going, Angel. There you go.
So I'll make sure I'll bring them in. The Revenge of the Nerds, we're all back. We'll be happy. But no, listen, the NBA, obviously it's true. As far as I'm not a Lakers fan. I'm not a Bron fan. So I'll just put that out there. But it is true, though. The Lakers and Miami Heat, you're exactly right. They are going to be the two teams to look out for. And you know what? You can't knock out the Knicks. Honest to God, I know it's very early in the season, but you can't knock out the Knicks as well because you don't know what's going to happen there. I know that the Brooklyn Nets obviously wants Kyrie Irving to get his vaccination, which he hasn't as yet. But so far, they've been holding their own. Miami is definitely doing different things. I will put it that way. But they're looking good. Sixers, we hope that they'll get the Ben Simmons situation straightened out. I think at this point, you got to let him go. He's not going to be here for the organization, so you got to do what's best for the organization. But the NBA, speaking of Flo, how do you feel as far as when it comes to Milwaukee Bucks? Do you believe they'll be back there again this season?
See, the big thing about the Milwaukee Bucks, and Matt, you know this too, when they lost Tucker was the heart and soul. He was the main dog on that team. So from an organization standpoint and the coaching staff, why would you get rid of Tucker? Like that didn't make any sense to me. He was the one that locked everybody down in those playoff games. He's the one that played defense, locked everybody down, whether he was talking or whether he was just intimidating those guys. To get rid of that guy, made no sense to me. And the fact that he's now on the Miami Heat, man, when I tell you, when they got 5 Rottweilers or pit bulls at one time on that court, that's how they play, man. And when I sit there just as a hoops fan, I'm not even a Miami fan, but I have to watch the Knicks. I have to watch Miami because they go at it, man. They go at it, and I can't believe why they got rid of Tucker. I just don't understand that at all.
I don't understand either. Maybe Matt knows more than we would at this point and why they end up getting rid of him. But Matt, as you heard, as the NBA show gets started, of course, you'll be a part of it as well. So it'd be great to have you back on board as well for some NBA hoops talk. So just let the family know you're about to get a little bit busy here, along with everything else you do with your website and everything else you got going on in the world there. So just let them know, you know, Broad Street South featuring Goose Ghost. It's going to be a little bit busy here, hectic for you here coming up in the next couple of weeks.
I'm gonna watch Goose's blood pressure go down throughout the rest of the season. We're going to get the win this Sunday, and then we're going to lose to the Chargers, and then we're going to pick up a couple more wins because we got the Jets, we got the Giants twice, we got Washington twice. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities.
Cowboys once. Saints.
Yeah, hey. Saints. Jameis will throw us a couple picks. It'll be all good, Fuji.
We got to shut down Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram now. But hey, Big Flo, when you get that basketball show running, how about you reach out to our man Charles Barkley?
Hey, Chucky B.
I want Charles to be the first guest on that show.
That would be great. I'm gonna reach out to him. I'll probably have to get a little bit more than 28 black in order to get him on the show. But I promise that I will go and try my best in order to get Chucky B on there, man. That's my guy.
Charles to come on and tell like it is, like he does always.
Like you do. Exactly like you do. You know
hey, Charles is Charles. He'll just put his mind out there. Who gives a rat's ass?
Straight shooter.
Gotta love what CB always said.
By the way, is Lamar in the studio today?
Nah, he's not in the studio, but I see him comment. Hey, Lamar Murray, shout out to you, Lamar. I see you asking, are we talking about hoops? Yeah, we're talking a little bit about hoops right now, so chime in if you want.
There you go. And Joey B, by the way, to everybody who tuned in today, we do appreciate it. Tom and Tara, hope you guys are doing well and are fine back home. To everyone else, James Howell, thanks you for tuning in as well. We got to get James back on here. He can give us an update about Kansas City and everything that's not going right for that team so far. We've seen things from Andy Reid, and we've seen them slip backwards, but it's just sometimes the way it works here. I see one more new comment end up coming in. Thank you, Tom. We do appreciate it. As always, for tuning in. Tom, one of the early and the longest running fan here. I'm going to enjoy being a couple other folks for Broad Street South. We'd like to see everybody to come back. So we got to go through here real quick. I guess a couple of these sponsors, some good special partnerships that we have. And I see that Robert has it on cue there. One of them being BigSargeSports.com from Houston, Texas. You guys can check him out. Big Sarge is always, I mean, you just go on Twitter and you can see just about every hour he's got something new to talk about. Don't forget, he also has his podcast as well on BigSargeSports.com. Again, a Houston native. We appreciate him coming on with us, his special partnership. And again, his podcast is really well. He's on the ND Kalu show that's on from 11 to 1, Monday through Friday. But he's on there on, if I remember the days correctly, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with ND Kalu, of course, former Eagle out there in Houston, along with Sean Salisbury, who does his show in the morning from 6 to 10 a.m., along with, of course, the guys out there. And I'll wait for Robert here to bring it back up. We can't say enough to Goose and the thank yous for everything he's done out there. If you guys take a look there, as he brought it up here on the screen, cigargoose.com. I want you guys to visit him. If it's not through the via web at cigargoose.com, please go out there to the shop. Beautiful location out there in Warrisford, 250 West Ridge Pike, out there in Limerick, Pennsylvania, 19468. Put in there in your Apple Maps, put in the Google Maps, Waze, whichever way that you end up doing it, put it out there because it is a beautiful shop. And take a look at his finest Monte Cristos because the humidity back there, it's absolutely phenomenal. They do such a fantastic job out there at the shop. What was that, Fuj?
It said honk. So I said honk.
Well, there you go. So I'm
going to honk. Karate Kid.
And to
Karate
LG
Kid too, actually.
That's true. And to lgdirect.net, thank you to Larry Gilman, of course, being on with us as well. lgdirect.net for your credit card payment solutions. If you are, regardless if you're in Philly and or in Tampa, he will come visit you at your location. If you need a credit card terminal or solutions for your credit cards, solution payment needs, reach out to lgdirect.net to Larry Gilman, who does this fantastic job. And by the way, he also has apparel. So if you have an organization that needs some shirts done, if you look there on the bottom left-hand corner, he does do apparel as well. So reach out to Larry because he is like a 5-trick pony. It's not just one thing that he does. He does many things being involved. But thanks to Larry for being on with us as well. Also, as we talked about a little bit earlier, Jordan's, if you have up there from Jordan, all right, Spectre Sports Art, the guy does some phenomenal murals and phenomenal paintings. And Fuji and I actually ran into him with the Brian Dawkins signing for his book. But Jordan does some amazing murals, and we got to see it in person. And I tell you what, it was fantastic.
Check out that site.
Yes, sir. It is fantastic what he ended up putting together. It is absolutely beautiful, his murals. So check that out. And we appreciate you guys showing love for them as well. We will be back here if it's okay with Robert there at the half so we can break down the first half of what's going on. Of course, Matt, you're more than welcome to come back if you're available there at the half to see what the Eagles either have or have not done at that point. And, of course, the other thing we can't forget either, for Philly to South, the official fan club of Broad Street South, if you guys are down there, we hope that you guys show some love to the bartenders and waitresses taking care of business at 9316 Anderson Road out there in beautiful Tampa, Florida, right off of 589 Veterans Highway, 10 minutes away from the International Airport. If you guys want some serious food, right, and a fun place to go watch the game, please visit TampaJoes.com and go out there at 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa, Florida. So, listen, guys, I can't thank you guys enough for another great show today. And thanks again to Dave Burkett, who was on with us earlier. And by the way, Ed Brax will be on with us this Thursday. So since we had, again, some network issues coming up this week, he'll be on with us this Thursday. And we'll probably end up having another guest as well. So it'll be a great show coming up this Thursday. That will be at 8 o'clock and or possibly 7:30. Ed will let us know exactly the time frame. So look for us, if not at 7:30 at 8 o'clock, but we'll put out the promo beforehand. But again, also, yeah.
No, I didn't mean to call you off. Are we going around the horn with predictions?
Yes, we were going to get to it. But thank you for putting in there.
Ahead of you.
No, you're fine. And don't forget, coming in this Thursday, if everything goes well on the test run, this Thursday we will have our live call-in. So you'll be able to call in on the hotline and give us your opinion about anything that's going on, and then it'll be brought back again for next Sunday show, because I know there's so many people that want to talk to Flo live. So next week, Flo, you better, and Big D, y'all better bring it, because there's going to be some callers call in just for you guys.
Oh. Listen, we're definitely going to bring it, but I have a question and kind of concern. Me and D want to get out of Philly next week. So anybody out there, we'll even come down to Tampa Joe's if we have to. We'll bring Robert with us.
There you go.
But next week's show, we're trying to be out of town. So if any
Where are you going?
bar lounge or any restaurant is interested in hosting our show, that would be great. Also, big shout out to Frontier Cigars. Fuji, make sure you take your medicine today. Big shout out to 28 Black. Big shout out to the birthday boy, my Scorpio brother from another mother, my man Matt. Angel, you are amazing. I'm start changing your name to Positive Angel right now. We have the best damn podcast on social media right now. If you're interested in any sponsorships, anybody, any place, anything like 28 Black and like Frontier, please hit up us right now. You can also hit up broadstreetsouth.com, leave a comment, leave a number. We'll go and Zoom a meeting and put it all together. We're excited. And starting out with the predictions, I am predicting, Big D, 28-10, Philadelphia Eagles. Your frat brother, Jalen Hurts, is going to have an amazing game today. It's a breakout game. I'm sick of my brother being pissed off. He's turning red. He's turning purple. No pun intended. Fuji. But we got to get this show going on another direction with the Philadelphia Eagles. We got to get him back. I know he's upset about, Roseman and everything else, but I think today is the day where Jalen plays like Omega Sci-Fi should. 28-10 is my prediction. What do you got, Big D?
Hey, listen, I'm seeing the high-flying Eagles fly today. I'm going to put up some big numbers here. I'm saying that the Eagles are going to put up 33 points. I'm saying that Detroit, they may eke out 21. But I'm really seeing us fly high today. And I'm seeing that, Jalen Hurts, my frat brother, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, is going to put up big numbers. And I'm going with 33-21, the Eagles. Let's go.
All right, Pooch.
Now let Matt go. I'll go.
Right.
I'll go
Matt?
last.
I got the Eagles 27-17. I think Kenny Gainwell goes for 100. I think Dallas Goedert comes up with a big couple touchdown, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion or 2 touchdowns. I think he's going to see the end zone a couple times.
Robert, what you got, Robert? Wait, our producer. Shout out to your producer too, also Angel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Tell her that we all said we're giving her love from Goose's goats right here in Royceford, PA. But always give them a shout out. Robert, what is your prediction today?
I gotta say 23 Eagles, 13.
23-13, Robert says. 23-13 Eagles.
All right, well, keep playing the optimistic here. I don't see 23 points, but I do see at least 17-10 from the Eagles. I think, again, it'll be a breakout game, but it's going to be a tough one because obviously we see Detroit's defense is no joke and no walkthrough. So I think I'm going to bring it just down a little bit lower, 27 combined points, but I think 17-10. And Jalen Hurts has a much better turnaround game today.
Angel, I need a quick favor. Can you please play, before Fuji gives his prediction, please play that clip from Brian Dawkins, please? Do you have that? Can you pull that up for me, please?
I believe Mr. Robert should have it at the ready.
Robert has that?
Yeah.
Robert has that? So let's just give it a second. Robert, if you can pull that up for Fuji, man, because I am excited. I'm ecstatic. I'm here drinking my 28 Black. I'm getting ready. We are fired up, ready for a Fly Eagles Fly game today. Can you pull that up for me, please, Robert?
Nope, we're going to need the sound.
It's because of the way we change things.
Yeah,
no, that's right. Yeah,
but that's okay. He still got hyped up about it. He's smiling on, so that's cool. Fuji, what you got, brother?
I'm more smiling about the video than the game. I'm going against the grain, fellas, and everybody wants to tear me into whatever after. I hope I eat my words. I'm going Lions 30, Eagles 26.
You lose. Wow. Good day, sir.
Wow.
Wow, Fuji.
Sorry, folks, but
listen, we've never, ever.
I'm going against the grain, fellas.
Wow. We've never heard.
And I will eat Martinez. I hope I eat my words, and I will eat crow if the birds pull this out. And everybody can fire raw eggs, rotten tomatoes at me up on stage. Because I'll take my medicine.
We got Eagles players passed away, rest in peace, that are turning over in their grave. Fuji, for real?
Hell yeah.
Oh, boy.
Why not stir up the pot?
Say it one more time.
Nothing wrong being the black star in this town, baby. Somebody's got to do it. You might as well become public enemy number 1 if you're going to do it.
Hey, PE. Okay.
Joy B says 34-32 Lions win. So we'll see.
Hey.
Wow. That's a first.
Were all these scores marked down?
That's a first. It's all right. Nah, listen, it's all right. It's a first. We'll see. You never turned against your own team, but it's all right. It's a first.
Hey,
wow. I'm shocked. And I guess what that we'll see.
It's not about a salary. It's all about reality.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right. Well, listen, we hope that everyone enjoys the game as it's about a minute or so before it gets kicked off here. But again, for Robert Keller doing an amazing job out there at Goose's Pond Studio, for Flo, for Big D, Matt out there enjoying himself in North Carolina, Fuji out in Philly, of course, out in North Philly, Northeast.
Well, obviously, one's first team rep.
Sorry, y'all.
No problem. And then no problem. And then for Debbie, my producer over there in Studio B, we hope everyone enjoys the game. We will be back here for the half, and maybe by then, Fuji will be eating crow, but we'll see. So everyone, enjoy the game. We'll see you at the half.
All right. See y'all.